This is Adrian Hart with your Southeast Colorado News on seconews.org, and this is About the Valley with the City of La Junta. We're here with Rick Klein, La Junta City Manager, in the City Council chambers here on Colorado Avenue in La Junta. And Council met last night and had some participation from the public, and otherwise a pretty straight up brief meeting too.
It was a good meeting. After we called the meeting to order, we did an invocation, and that was done by Councilman Ed Vila. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Pledge of Allegiance, and after roll call, now the meeting's being run by Mayor Pro Tem Paul Velasquez. Mary Alla was out of town, and Mayor Pro Tem jumped in. That's what they're supposed to do.
That's right. So, you got to. That's the idea.
So after we approved the meetings, the minutes of the previous meeting, we went to citizen participation. Now we had 3 people. The first one, Ed Vila. Yeah, he wanted to step down from being a councilman and as a citizen, say thank you to the community for helping him out during his health scare that he had recently. And sure is good to see Ed back.
Yeah. Good to see him doing okay and recovering.
And okay and recovering, yes. And and that's what you need to do. You know, when you have health scares like that, don't go hide.
Yep.
Get back out.
Got to take care of yourself first.
Take care of yourself, and then don't let it bring you down. We also had a gentleman that lives in the 700 block of Raton, Bill McDonald, come in, and he was telling council about a restraining order that he had placed on him, but then we found out that occurred in county court. That's not city, and so it didn't really have anything to do with us. Judge Manley is the county court county judge, and he's also city judge, and he was just confused on the issue. Mm-hmm. So we had Bill and Diana Remick come about 5th and Adams. Now, we've had about 2 accidents in the last 2 years at 5th and Adams where it hit a house.
Right.
And they'd like us to look at this intersection and see what could be done to improve the safety. And we got CDOT looking at it, Colorado Department of Transportation, on seeing about putting traffic lights up. And they'll have 11 warrants that they look at. And, the frequency of accidents is one of the warrants. Our mechanism is to limit the parking down there right around that intersection, and we're working with State Highway Department to see about doing that right now.
Okay.
And because that was traumatic, you know, it was. This guy that wrecked, it wasn't nothing to do with the baseball or anything else like that. He just lost control going too fast, and we need to make sure, pay attention, slow down. Mm-hmm. There's no need for that.
Yeah, especially on where Adams is 109 and people come in still in that highway mentality that they're still on the highway when they're coming through town.
Yeah, well, it is. It's actually Highway 350 that comes in through on 5th Street all the way up to Grant, and then it turns and goes north up to Highway 50, and that's all done by State Highway.
Oh, okay. Over there on Grant and 5th.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So we did go to new business, and the first 3 items all are related to each other. The first one was a resolution, and it's a recommendation from Planning Commission to annex in a piece of property that's located on the west side of La Junta. It's B&B storage. Mm-hmm. The front part is inside of the city, and they bought some agricultural land in the back, and they wanted to bring that in to expand out their facility.
All right.
So, which is a good thing.
Yeah, you can't blame commercial property for wanting to grow a little bit.
And there's the needs out there.
There you go.
So we that passed 6-0, and so did the first reading of an ordinance saying, okay, let's bring it in, and then the third ordinance is first reading of changing our zoning code. If you bring in a piece of property now, like this piece of property was probably some type of agricultural property zoned through the county.
Right.
So now it'll become CS, which is a highway commercial, just like what one of the uses that you see out there right now,
Right.
all the way along that highway.
Now, I've seen some other municipalities where they have, like part of that zoning requirement is that it's adjacent to other commercial properties.
Yes, this
Is
one
that
would
the
have
case?
to be too. You know,
Okay.
the front part is a CS, highway commercial.
Mhm.
So, now could they bring it in as a residential? Yeah, but it would be reviewed harder
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But when you're expanding out of use like that, it's pretty, unless the neighbors are against it and stuff, and that wasn't the case here.
Yeah. Didn't
So-
have anyone speak in opposition, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one also passed 6-0. So we went on to committee and board reports. Ed Vila reported on Livewell Park. We have the children's theater going to be using the park up to July, starting May 30th, and they're every afternoon they're going to be coming in and rehearsing their play.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and you know it's getting better.
Use
you know.
out of the new facility right away.
Yeah. We have ordered all the Twinkie lights, fairy lights,
Okay.
and we've ordered the shades, and we're just waiting for them to come in. So, and
Cool.
I don't have a timeline on it. You know, that's life in America right now. With
Yeah. Waiting
for
on
goods.
shipment. Yep.
And Ed also reported on at Public Community College last Friday. We had a housing summit with Action 22. Now, just right now, I'm the chairman of Action 22, and we brought in everybody from our region to see, you know, what are you working on as far as housing? What do you got going? One of the things I found out is we have probably one of the better programs going on, definitely in the region.
Mm-hmm.
And through the EPA program of demolition of some of the bad houses over the last 3 years, we've taken out over 33 structures.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got another 6, and I think we got another 8 in the wings. So, it's a program that we hope to continue until the blight's gone. And we've made a great progress on it. And what happens to some of the lots? We were dealing with the southeast housing, workforce housing.
Okay.
And 3 of the 6 lots we were dealing with them on did sell, and we'll be closing on them Thursday afternoon. So
All right.
you'll see that project start to take off. I think the first one's in Eads, and I believe it breaks ground in the 23rd of May, I believe. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm looking, and every 6 weeks there'll be a new groundbreaking.
All right.
You know, all the way through southeast Colorado, and there's about 60 of these units going in. You know, it's going to help out all the towns here, and this is a problem that's going on across America. If you haven't noticed,
Yep.
there's
Really?
a real shortage of houses. But
All you have to do is look at those remember when you lived there groups.
Sure.
And there are people who want to relocate back home to the valley, and they want to find
Guaranteed.
somewhere to live prior to making that move, which you can't blame them. It only makes good sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so this will cushion that a little bit and
That's
help
right.
us fight our
and
housing issues we're having.
yeah, and if you're in one of those high cost areas, come back and build a house right here in Lahonta, Colorado, in the land of milk and honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You'll be surprised at how little your down payment is compared to doing it in other parts of Colorado.
Yes. In California, the medium house right now, the whole state,
Mhm.
$1,050,000.
Yeah.
Medium house.
Ouch.
Right. Look up a house in California that's for $400,000, and you wouldn't live in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll tear those down
I
and
told my-
redo them.
I told my family what I paid for my house, and they called me a liar.
Wow,
Because it's a nice little house, you know.
that's a nice house.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But nothing too fancy either. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it was sitting up in Denver, it probably would be close to that,
Guaranteed.
you know.
Yep.
And
Average house up there is $500,000.
yeah, and it's
How can you do that?
you can't beat knowing your neighbors too.
And you can't beat the people of the valley.
That's right.
There's so great many. So we went on to city manager's comments. Hey, the bike share grant, we got all the bikes up, they're activated.
Yep.
Go ride a bike.
Yep.
The Q cards, the Q code is right underneath. You know, take your phone, click
Mhm.
on it, take you to the app, and download your information,
Mhm.
and you'll be off and pedaling.
Yep, we've got articles with those links for you guys, and
That's
of
right.
course some instructions on doing it from Cynthia Neeb, and the kids involved in writing the grant. Like, it's really cool to have that content. And then we got to show it off a little bit. I did a little bike ride down Colorado, and a couple thousand people joined me for that.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate you guys supporting Seco News, and we appreciate you guys supporting great new things in Southeast Colorado, like a bike share program.
Like a bike share program.
I would have never expected it.
No, and
right here in the junction, it's a good spot.
Yeah, Paul Velasquez, I think he said it best. That this is a great start. It starts to make us look, and feel just like every other city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have until Friday at 5 to register for T-ball, softball, and baseball. So get in and register your children up.
All right.
Okay, we started setting the blocks on the brick and tile park, and now we have about 35 of them in, and we're waiting for them to cast some new ones for us. And once we have that wall up, we'll grade it and pour the concrete, and then deal with the company about when they can bring their crews in to build it. Yesterday at 4, I did get a message from CDOT that they have cleared our right-of-way on the brick and tile trail.
All right.
All the way from 10th Street to 1st Street to Train Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And they okayed them to release their final construction documents to them for review. So now that we've cleared all the right-of-way, the historical assessment, the environmental assessment, and everything else.
Yeah, there's a little laundry list involved
they
there.
assessed everything.
Making things happen, yeah.
But this is going to be so great. Once we get it done, it'll be worth the headaches we had to put up with.
Yep. Making Lahana more beautiful. Very good.
Lahana more beautiful. Trying to make it better, folks. Yep. We've been placing traffic counters around town. We did do the one at 7th and Carson, and what we found out was most everybody was compliant, but one person going 107.
Oh my!
And when you got to get you stopped.
No reason for that.
There is no reason to go through residential at 107.
Oh my!
Especially where there's children and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, grow up. So all of our 20-yard boxes have been rented. That shows you how much activity we got going in our community.
Mm-hmm.
The city park bathrooms been open for a little bit over a month. Been vandalized twice.
Oh.
Now we got cameras on the outside. We know who you are. Can't camera on the inside, but we will be catching you. So if you see people going in, take a trip to the restroom. Make sure you're not in there vandalizing, please. That's just so senseless. It's a lot of money for nothing.
It makes our community look bad.
Yes, it does.
And then it's, would you want to take your children there?
Yep, that's what it does. It makes it where nobody wants to utilize it.
Yeah.
We do have a new city engineer that'll be starting on June 1st, and his name is Martin Montoya. He was assistant public works director for City of Lamar. He's a civil engineer, and really looking forward to having Martin on our team.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fire and wind, we see it. Stage 1, fire restrictions are out there. Don't burn. You see what's happening. Mm-hmm. Please, come in, talk to the fire chief before you do any type of burning at your houses.
Yep. That combination of being under the burn ban, and when we have those high winds that cause the brownout conditions on the highways, if you can avoid travel at that point, you should. So.
And we also have Stage 1 water restrictions, and that means you just can't water after 10 and be from 10 to 6. Before 10 or after 6, yes. And let's do it upright. Let's be water wise, because we don't want to be like Colorado Springs. You can water 3 times a week.
Yep.
I mean that's not good. And we're working on our 50-50 tree removal program. Now, if you got a hazardous tree or dead tree, needs trimmed out or removed, come deal with us.
Right.
If you got a neighbor, let us know so we can deal with them. Let's get out all those dead ones that are hanging over our right-of-ways to travel in public, whether they're in a car, parked car, or walking along the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. Let's clear these so nobody gets hurt or killed. Please. It's important to our community. We had a water break at Second and San Juan. It was some of that cast iron that we need to get out. Some of our valving in that area. We need to replace. Prices are going up, folks. It's getting tougher, and but we need to take care of our system and make sure that we're providing water to everybody in the system. And last but definitely not least, because everybody's seeing it. 3rd Street entrance over on the west side of La Junta.
Yep, over there
Black
by
is
Valley
Beautiful
Tire and
yep.
Loaf and Jug.
They got it all stripped out, and they will get the asphalt. They'll finish prepping today and tomorrow, and then they get asphalt Thursday, and they'll repave on Thursday, and we'll have a smooth entrance coming into our community.
All right, very
So,
cool.
With that, meeting was over,
And
life is good.
life is good in the valley.
Life is
And
good. In the
lots of good news to report
Yes.
from the meeting. So
Yeah.
very
And-
nice.
And
Of course,
Adrian, did you notice we have new speaker
Oh, there we
system?
go. There we go.
And,
What I noticed the quality level. You could really hear everybody in the room. And
Guaranteed.
yeah, we got to mention Daniel with DNAV,
Yes.
DNAV.
DNAV.
He's got this is slick, man.
It is. It looks good.
Nice voting devices here.
Yeah, the fronts
Right
are
here, you can
good.
kind of see it. We'll post up
Yeah.
some pictures too. So,
yeah,
anyways.
everybody could abstain. We can, activate or cut off the guest mic, and it just sounds a lot better.
yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
Good to see La Junta getting upgrades.
Good to see La Junta getting upgrades.
All right.
And we did put in the cable, so as we do phase 2, that we can start, instead of right now with Facebook, it gets picked up by speaker system where it'll come directly into the mic system and you don't get any distortion and stuff like that.
Wow.
And see about putting some type of screen back in here for our presentations, and that can go straight into Facebook, and that way we're
Step
one of
it
those
up.
modern media deals where
you
you
go.
restaurate the modern media.
There you go.
And that's exactly what Adrian Hart's been doing. And my hat's off to you, Adrian.
Hey, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that a
Well,
lot.
we appreciate you.
Oh.
And I know everybody I talk to really appreciates what you've been doing, because you've been delivering the news to us, and we appreciate it.
Hey, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thanks for making a difference.
All right, very good. I appreciate the compliments, and certainly seconews.org is Restomod Media, dedicated to the people of
Restomod.
Southeast Colorado. I'm Adrian Hart for Rick Klein and the rest of the City Council from the City Council chambers right here on About the Valley.